let's just appreciate the beautiful lighting in this room today. Thanks to my patrons, I finally could afford to buy some actual studio light. It's not the greatest quality in the world, but it definitely does a difference, doesn't it? I love being in this room right now. Anyway, hi everyone and welcome back, or welcome back to me because it's always me who's gone, whatever. 2018 is almost over and I thought I wanted to do a draw this again challenge because 2 years ago I created a picture that I was very proud of at the time because it was back when I got seriously back into art, and this picture at the time just showed how much I had improved on a very short time span, and I decided 1 year later that I wanted to redraw it, and now I kind of want to turn it into a tradition. Let's see if future Nadia next year will agree with me, but nonetheless I'm going to do it this year. I want to explore how much I've moved since last year that I created or recreated this piece. So that's what we're going to do today, and we're going to do it a little differently than usual because I'm going to try to mix up things because I'm exploring my YouTube channel or whatever, and I'm going to do a little mixing of screen recording that you're used to and some over-the-shoulder shots on the tablet because why not? I want to explore the whole spectrum of being a YouTube artist, so I'll see what works and what doesn't, and I'll keep what I like and whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about right now, I'm rambling. I even wanted to bring a rat today, but they're sleeping and they're so cute and I don't want to wake them up, so we should just get started in here alone. So before I move on to coloring, I thought I'd share a little trick with you. I don't know if I would call it a trick, more like an insight into my process here. Because I've been using this brush that has a very nice texture that I really like. It's almost traditional pencil-like. Yeah, I like it. But the overall line art that I've made so far is actually pretty unified, and I'd like to add a little extra thickness here and there so the character stands out more. And I usually do this in areas I think are important to differentiate between other shapes, for instance her body from her hair, and I like to do it especially in the facial areas as well because this is a place we're going to be looking a lot. So I'd like to add some variety to the lines so it looks more exciting when you look at it. So I'm just going to press harder in some areas. And in other areas I'm going to press lighter, just to add some details, but having them very subtle. So yeah, that's just a little tip I wanted to share with you that I do a lot when I line. And I think we are almost ready to start coloring. So I also thought that now that I was going to do this anyway, I would try to, it's not like, it's not a tutorial, it's more just the basics of what I do when I shade hair. And so what you saw me do at one point is that I made this layer, these two layers out here, that clips down to my line art layer. And basically, I'm just coloring the line art. And what I like to do is to make the hair, the line art of the hair, the same color as the shadow that my hair is going to be, because that way when I start to shade it like I'm doing here, the, whoops, wrong layer, the line art kind of disappears in the shading. And that way the hair looks a lot more rendered and is less dependent on the line art. There's some pieces in there that I didn't color. Gonna get you. So it's somewhere else. Here. So this is my layer with the hair, and on top of it I have another clipping mask. It's just set to normal. And this is where I put in the colors, and I'm just using the soft line art and hard blending from my own brush kit. Oh, I had another shadow color there that I want to keep. And I'm just very roughly painting in, doesn't have to look pretty yet, where I want some of the shadows to be. And as you can also see, I also have another shadow color that I'm using just to have a little variety. I'm sorry. Oh, fail. Anyway, that's what I'm doing. I'm adding shadows so the hair is not just a unified blob. And let's just say I'm done with that now. I could go in and add some more, but I can also do that once I start rendering. I will add highlights. Yes. Whoa. And I will just do that on the same layer. So I'm going to color pick my base layer for the hair. I'm going to hue shift it a little bit, but am I going in the yellow direction or should I go in the red direction? good question. I'll try maybe start going to the red direction, and I am going to make it brighter. So let's see how it looks. I'll just check what it would look like if I go into the yellow direction. The yellow does seem more natural. Oh, this one is actually good. It's like a middle thing. But then I didn't actually hue shift, did I? I just picked pink. No, okay. I think I'm going with the yellow one. Just going to control set, and then paint in some highlighted areas. And this is just one of the highlight colors. I'm going to pick one that is even brighter as well. Like I have 2 shadow colors. So I have right now a base color for the hair, 2 shadow colors, and 1 highlight color. And I'm going to have another highlight color, which I'm going to be using in more specific highlighted areas. This is just to brighten up the hair. And it doesn't have to look pretty yet, but since I don't want this to turn into a long tutorial, I'm just going to show you what I will then do. I will go out and I will take my smudge tool, so it's my smudge brush, blender brush, and I will lightly blend this into the hair. Like so. And I see there are a lot of shadows occurring down here, so I'm just going to brighten that up a bit. I think what I would then do when I start rendering is that I will make a new layer. I'll call this hair render. And now I can draw on top of the lines because the layer is on top of the line art layer. So I think what I'm seeing here that I don't like is something that the line art is causing, so I'm just going to paint over it. Yeah, I like that a lot better. Yes, and then with the final line art, highlight. I'm going to use a smaller brush. I'm going to even smaller and even brighter. Make very distinct highlight areas, like so. And you can also blur them out a bit if you want to. Depends on the look you're going for. Yeah, it will definitely still take some more work, but that's my basic approach to it. I thought I'd just share it with you. Okay, let's continue. Okay, I just wanted to share a very useful tip with you, and I don't know if any other drawing programs other than Photoshop can do this because I haven't checked. If it can, please write in the comments which program you're using and just a quick guide to how you get this effect or something similar, because this is really helpful and I only just discovered it recently. That just says something about how big Photoshop is. But okay, so I'm working a lot on the details in her close to her face, right? And while I'm doing that, I'm having a hard time but seeing the overall picture. So I zoom out a lot to just, that looks good, and then I zoom back in and keep working, and it's frustrating for you guys to look at in a time lapse, and it's frustrating for me because it takes time. So what you can do is that you can open another instance of the same image that will update as this one, but you'll only have it to look at it as a preview. So what you do, if I remember correctly, is you go to Window, say Arrange, And then you go down and say new window for, and then the name of the file that you're working on. Boop. Then you have two similar or identical windows open here. So I'm just going to undock this one that I just opened. I'm going to make it a lot smaller so it fits. This gives me a pretty good indication of what's going on in the whole picture. And I am just going to... Wait, I think I'm going to dock this to the left. Can I dock you to the left? Hello? Apparently not. Excuse me, woman. I'd like to dock you to the left. Oh god, that sounded so horrible. I'd like to dock you. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm not going to edit this out. I'm not that sorry. For some reason I can't dock her, but whatever. I'm just going to put her here manually, like this. And I am going to, stop that, adjust my window here. So, now look at this little face here. I'm going to do something drastic over here. I'm going to take a blue. I'm going to take a big fat brush here. And I'm going to write hi. And this window over here magically updates. So, as I'm working over here on the hair, and it's probably not going to... Hey, it's like one step behind. Stop that. It's probably not going to be very noticeable in the beginning, but if I start to make little changes, I can keep a lookout over here now without having to zoom out. So I can keep my eye on the whole image at once. So this is a feature I've been using a lot lately, and I hope that figuring out it exists will help you as well. So yeah, let's just get back to it. It's time to wrap it up, guys. Here you can see the 3 images. First the one from 2016, then 17, and then the one I did here in 2018. Anyway, thank you so much if you made it this far, despite of my unintended, very dirty joke. I'm so sorry. Not really. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. And I probably won't be uploading another one before Christmas, so if you're into the holidays, I wish you a very Merry Christmas. Otherwise, I just wish you some amazing good days, and I can't wait to see you after Christmas. So, thank you again everyone, and bye bye.